Hey everybody, Roger here. Hope you're all having a great day. Want to go over with you guys yesterday's Trump State of the Union address, and want to go over some highlights and that I noticed, and also some one very important thing. There were a lot of people who initially, or not a lot of people, but there were some people who initially felt that Trump would be taking advantage of using his executive powers to try to build a wall with other means besides cooperation with the Democrats and some rhinos. And lo and behold, that didn't happen, and I assumed it wouldn't happen either. What ended up happening, or what I think ended up happening, and he used this opportunity for, was to try to bring unity between both parties, to at least show the public, Americans in general, that, hey, I am trying to reach out. This is, the State of the Union is a perfect platform for him to show that he was actually trying to reach out. And if nothing happens within the next couple of weeks, he can at least say that these are the things that he's done, these are the things that he attempted, and they're the ones that are not going to be cooperating. That's what I think is, not total plan is, but I think that's part of what he's trying to do. And if at that point in time, what is it, 19 days, 18 days out now, if he doesn't get any sort of cooperation from the Democrats, this is going to be on them, because he's already extended his hand. He's already provided the public with information. Hey, this is what I've done. This is what I want to do. These are the reasons, with the wall, that we need to have this wall up for Americans, for foreigners who do attempt to come in illegally. It is in our best interest all together, all around, to defend our borders. And he's already provided the reasons for that, and he's also provided ideas. And it looks like there were a lot of people within that audience, both Democrat and Republican, who clapped for a lot of things, not everything in total, but this painted a picture to the average American saying, look, he's reaching out, at least to the ones who saw the State of the Union. I know there's a lot that are just don't want to be informed, they just want to hate Trump for whatever, but there are some people who are against him who would actually now see definitively that he's trying to reach out. So I wanted to get that out there first before I went into some of these notes here. There was a point where Donald Trump mentioned that the Hispanic and Black unemployment, and also people with disabilities, that we've had the lowest unemployment for those categories in American history, in recorded history. The left did not stand for that. They just, and again, when I say that in general, I mean that there may have been some here and there, but it was, for the most part, almost all of them did not stand or give an applause for anything like that. And I'm like, well, are you not happy that we're doing good? I mean, do the Dems want us to not do good? I mean, like, what is your reasoning for, not applauding something like that? And it's puzzling to me. It's puzzling to me. Do you want us? Would you clap to say that it's okay for us to stay on welfare? He did say that it was the lowest. Well, we've decreased the amount of welfare for the average person as well. You guys didn't clap for that either, and whatever. So it is what it is on that. There was I believe there was a bill that passed, the right to try, which allows somebody who is a terminal patient to try some new untested or seldom tested things to try to save that person's life. And I'm gonna give Kirsten Sinema kudos here. She did stand up, clap for this. I think she had something to do with Arizona's similar bill. I can't recall, but the whole thing about that is that it gives more power to the individual to attempt to try to save their own lives, and I thought it was just a great thing. So I'll give kudos to Kirsten Sinema on that for being a part of that. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. And when Donald Trump started bringing up benefits of the border, he started bringing up, it'll do our best. The wall will be there to aid in ending drug trafficking, human trafficking, children, women, babies. It'll end all of this stuff. The look on Kamala Harris's face. For when Trump said let's reach an agreement by this date that I have already set. You know, we have the team here, we have everybody. It's all in it. It's not one party over another. The look on her face should tell you everything about what kind of a woman that person is, what kind of a person that woman is. And yeah, I think that she's not going to be one that's going to want to cooperate at all. I think there's some Democrats that may, and hopefully they're not influenced, but the majority of them, the outright majority of them, will prevent this from moving forward. It's my prediction anyways, and Trump will have to take action. There was a point around the 36-minute mark, 36-minute mark, where Ilhan Omar, I believe that's how you pronounce her name, her reaction when Donald Trump was saying illegal immigration is cruel, you know, illegal, and again I emphasize the word illegal, and it shouldn't even be called illegal immigration. It should be called illegal, I don't know, something else besides immigration, because it's not really the way you immigrate. Anyways, she put her hands, the camera panned to her, and she put her hands to her face. And you know, for those of you who don't know, she's a Democratic representative from Minnesota. She's a newly elected representative, and I read an article afterwards about that situation, and Romper, there's a website, romper.com, I believe, it stated that immigrants are dangerous, yet Trump specifically stated illegal aliens. And that website, that article, ended up calling Trump's words incendiary, and I'm like, no. They also quoted one of Omar's tweets where she had said that, I have it written down. She says, using the suffering of one's group to justify throwing the children of another in cages is not unity. You should have told that to Obama, because that's what he did. It is the same divide and conquer politics of hate at that individual one has built on his career. I'm not sure what individual one means, but that's what she put. And then she put hashtag not $1 more for ISIS human rights abuses. Hashtag State of the Union, SOTU. Omar, you're the same person. You're one of many people right now listed in within the Covington High School students, legal counsel's list of people they are sending letters to in regards to what you did to those kids, your statements about those kids. And I don't feel you can't, from what I understand about your past, you came into this country seeking refuge. You came in as a refugee, from my understanding. That's a far cry. That is not even in the same category as somebody coming in as an illegal immigrant, as an illegal alien. Two completely different things. I think you grasp it. I think you're playing a fool for the average person so we can act a fool. That's what I think is happening here. And I'm not going to offer you any of my sympathies in regards to how you feel about the whole situation. You're completely and willfully choosing to neglect the fact that he states illegal, and the problems with illegal immigration. That's your fault. Don't spread that stupidity on to other people. I mean, you have a right to. You are an American, and you can say whatever you want, and people can believe whatever they want. But I'm here to call you out, and you're being willfully deceitful here. Okay, so then the suffragette women. This was just ridiculous. There's a lot of things to laugh at regarding the suffragette women, because I don't think women are suffering in this day and age. They made up 58% of the newly created jobs in 2018. So I mean, there's no real suffering there. And then on average, women who do have children tend to work less throughout the year than men. So then again, the whole stats about women not receiving equal pay as men, it's just, I'm not very, what is the word, articulate when it comes to the numbers, but I've done my studies on them, and you can go watch other people's studies on them as well. I would suggest Vincent James, if you want to get some good information, go to census information as well, look at his links, and then go to official information to find out that what he's saying is true, and what it's already been debunked. This wage gap thing has already been debunked. But anyways, ICE agent Elvin Hernandez saved over 150 people from being trafficked, women and children, and some of those suffragette women did not want to clap initially or anything whenever it had to do with the border, a lot of them, for the most part, there were some moments where they stood up, and I'm like, okay, great, you know, they acknowledged this is a good thing, but there were some points where it really needed to mean something that they just chose to sit down, like they didn't appreciate the fact that progress was being made for these people who were attempting to cross the border. Not even attempting to cross the border, they were victims of traffickers. It's just ridiculous and sad what these suffragette women stood for and what they didn't. I'm saying these specific ones in this State of the Union for 2019. Not real suffragette women, but these faux ones. So anyways, then they bring up abortion. One line, I think the line that really captured it all for me in this State of the Union was when Trump had said, beautiful babies who will never be able to see the world, or something to that extent. And I'm like, I immediately thought of the video of the abortion doctor who basically described it the way he pulls out babies, late-term babies from a mother's womb, and how body parts get ripped with the devices that he uses. And it's enough to make you cry. It's enough to make a grown man cry to know that something like this would happen, all because, and I say, okay, not all, but the majority of the reason, because women and men do not want to take responsibility for their own actions, and they'd rather live in gluttony of having sex, whatever, versus being responsible and having a baby. I mean, you can't have your cake and eat it too without having a guilty conscience. I mean, this should tear you to pieces from the inside, you as a person, not just the baby that you just destroyed in pieces, but it should kill you from the inside out to do something that drastic at such a late stage. I mean, at any stage, you know, after watching a lot of content. Back in the day, I was all pro-choice. More recently, I have been teetering on like situations like, okay, well, maybe in this circumstance it's okay to have an abortion, maybe in that one. I'm not a woman, again, but men should have a say when it comes to their kid as well. Especially when both of them took action. This is an action you're taking irresponsibly, and now a third party that you're bringing into the picture has to pay the price for this, for sex, for you to have fun. It just makes no sense in my head. Anyways, there are very, very, very slim times where I would say that saving the mother's life or having the choice to abort a child is okay. The reasons that they're coming up with now, you're turning me off. I mean, I no right to choose at this point. I mean, this is late stage, after the baby is born as well. I mean, go watch this footage. I will be making a video on this later on down the line about my opinions about, you know, I forget the guy's name from Virginia, saying, oh, you know, well, a doctor can pull their, you know, after the baby is born, it'll be comfortable in a room next door while I discuss with the parents, you know, what their decision is going to be about the fate of the baby. Didn't say it in those terms, but that's basically where the conversation went. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? You can't outright not see that as murder. Whenever it came to any of these, when Trump had said that he wanted to overturn the proposal for late-term abortion, none of those women stood up. Nobody in the Democrat side stood up and clapped. I think maybe there were one or two, but none of the suffragette women did. It was just sad. They chose that over personal responsibility and the life of a child. This, and nobody ever else makes this argument that I know of, but this is the same group of Democrats, the same Democrats who get so pissed off about families getting split up at the border. They don't care that you can split families apart this way by killing the baby in America by having an abortion. How does that make any sense? That's such hypocritical nonsense. So yeah, that part really bothered me. And then, you know, Chuck Schumer's face, you know, regarding the abortion comments that Trump made. The guy looked like the devil. Chuck Schumer looked like the devil. I mean, this guy was totally opposite before Trump. You know, the way that he was politically, what he stood for. It's a shame that the agenda, not a shame, it's a benefit to the American people that the agenda that they're standing for is actually able to be seen in such clear, You take off your goggles, take off your ignorance goggles, and you will see what games these people play, and it should tell you who to elect into office next time around. If you want to be ignorant, be ignorant. I'm just hoping that there's going to be less and less people that are ignorant in the future. I can't foretell that, but by the looks of it, it sounds like there's a lot of people, especially after the Jussie Smollett case, that they choose to be willfully ignorant, even when more probable, I'm not saying evidence, but more probable scenarios are present versus what he has said and tries to force everybody to think is true. Same thing is happening here with the Democrats. You can see right through the bullshit. Okay, so there's one part, and I could be wrong on this, but there was a part where Dan Crenshaw looked like he uttered the words, "It's true," when Trump had said, we'd be in major war with North Korea if I wasn't president. Some people started clapping. Not everybody. I think this is the part where some of the people were just like, ooh, you know, like someone in attendance there were just like, what? But then it panned to a short shot with Dan Crenshaw, and he turned to somebody next to him, and as he was clapping, it looked like he uttered the words, "It's true." I could be wrong. And correct me if he maybe made a statement about it or whatnot, but it looked like he said it's true. And I will say, even if he didn't say that, I do believe it's true. I personally believe it's true. We'd probably be in war with North Korea. You know, Hillary was all for it, and you know, she wants that hand to play so she can be God. You know, it's just ridiculous. But I thought that was pretty interesting. And again, let me know if you think he said something else. And that's what I saw when I was watching it. And Bernie Sanders didn't like the comment that America is going to stay America with freedoms and choices. It will never be a socialist country. The look on his face, especially after watching that video where he is, you got to go watch that video. Maybe I'll put a link in the bottom. He is shirtless and disgusting, but he is, you got to watch it. You'll watch it. Now afterwards, Stacey Abrams made her post response. It looked very green screen roomish, but on second look, it doesn't look that way, but initially it looked like she was in a green screen room and there was a fake audience behind her. But I don't think that's the case. It didn't look that way afterwards. Regardless, it was just a bunch of BS talking about her childhood and what being an American really is, where she came from, who she is now. Okay, that's not a direct response to what Trump was trying to tell the American people during his State of the Union. It's more or less like your story solidifying the fact that you can come from nothing and make yourself into something. Granted, you didn't win in Georgia. I'm glad you didn't. You know, your anti-gun proponent, your ideals for anti-gun-isms and stuff is just ridiculous and over the top. But you provided nothing of value within what you said except just solidifying what Trump was trying to deliver. That America is for Americans. There was a lot of corniness in some of the things that you said during that. I won't even get into it. This mostly is just about Trump, his State of the Union, what I feel, how important it was. I do believe it was important. I believe that overall, if people turn off their blinders, open their hearts, look at what he's trying to do, you're going to understand that there are blockades, and it's not because of him. Blockades that are preventing America from becoming better than what it is right now. You know, that argument that they say, oh, you know, Trump says that America isn't great and it never was. That's just horrible, horrible. And then you hear Chuck Schumer uttering the words, you know, similar to, well, we have these problems in America. We have that problem in America. Dude, what is it? You're being a hypocrite right now. So anyways, what are your guys' thoughts on the State of the Union? I just kind of wanted to give my 2 cents here and let you know what I thought of with little elements here and there. I'd like to hear your ideas. Link some videos of other commentary you think might be great for me to watch. I watched Amazing Lucas's comments on it. I thought it was great. I've seen a couple of others, but yeah, let me know. And like, hate, subscribe, unsubscribe, share, don't share. I do love it all. Peace out.